Welcome into episode number 8 of the Sports Den. We have got fall weather coming down across the state of Minnesota. We've got playoff fever as we've got section finals coming up across the board on Tuesday. Of course, the final week of the prep football regular season as well, too. I'm Matt Dean. That's Mary Rominger joining us here again for episode number 8 of the Sports Den. Fun time of year, Mary. Weather's not my favorite, but this is an exciting time of year in North Metro TV.
It's not my favorite either, and some people will argue that they think this is prime football and fall sports weather. I disagree. Nonetheless, we've waited a long time to get to this point, and I'm excited.
We got a big fourth quarter comeback to bring you from one of our North Metro schools. 2 soccer programs set to meet in the section final. We'll start here in 6A football. Centennial playing host to Minnetonka. The 8th-ranked Cougars come in 4-2 into this matchup as the fog was rolling in Circle Pines. Defensive battle early. This is with 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Roman Johnson taking a 5-yard screen pass in to break the seal and make it 7-0 Skippers. 2:44 left in the ball game. Centennial knocking on the door. They go to Marcus Whiting for a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Cougars are within 1. They're going to go for 2. Whiting again with the go-ahead 2-point conversion. Centennial's defense hangs on for the final 2:37, and the Cougars win it in a thriller. 8-7 was the final in this one. Cougar defense tremendous. They're one of the best groups in the state. They allowed just over 200 yards of total offense from the Skippers. Marcus Whiting, who we normally see as a defensive end, had 0 carries through the first 6 weeks, occasionally lining up as a running back. He has 12 carries, 57 yards, and the only score of the game for Centennial, who win their 3rd straight since a loss at number 1, Maple Grove.
You gotta love that aggressive play to win it and not tie it. Well, the Blaine football team is on the road for a late season conference clash with Wayzata. The Bengals enter the game with 3 wins on the season. The Trojans, 2. No first quarter scoring. Wayzata gets on the board, though, in the second. A Carter Olson rushing touchdown from 3 yards out. Trojans take a 6-point lead after Blaine stopped a 2-point attempt. Wayzata quick to find the end zone. Cole Heilbrunn bullseye throw to Ford Griffith. The senior wideout crosses the goal line untouched. It's a 2-score game, but never count out the Bengals. Frank Daniels drops away back and throws a great ball to Matthew Planker's Bengals, trailing 14-7, still in the first half of action. Wayzata not happy with that, so Heilbrunn hits Griffith wide open near the 20, and Griffith wrestles his way past the pylon. Trojans in front, 21-7 at the half. Wayzata defense causing all sorts of trouble for the Bengals. Trojans extend their lead. Deion Lovelace, 11-yard run to the outside. Blaine down big. Game gets out of hand in the fourth quarter. Heilbrunn airs out a pass to Tyler Milkus. 43-yard touchdown. Wayzata's Lovelace would score once more for the home team to secure the 42-7 defeat of the Blaine Bengals. Blaine now 3-4 on the year with a chance to finish the regular season at 500 at Osseo this Wednesday. Just not a whole lot of Bengals offense on the ground or really passing. Trojans did everything they can to stop them. Under 100 yards in both categories for the Bengals, and Wayzata took advantage where they could. Heilbrunn with 3 touchdowns, Lovelace 2, Griffith 2. But next up, it's a big section battle for the Blaine Bengals against Osseo.
Wayzata, one of those big programs. Don't get me wrong, I like 6A football, but how about a little 5A as we go to some Spring Lake Park action as well, too. The Panthers on a Friday night hosting a struggling Tartan team on a 4-game slide. The Panthers came in 4-2 and beat Tartan in this matchup last year in Week 7, 55-7. Panthers got out to a slow start in this one, fumbled on their first drive. Well, they flipped the script with a big 55-yard touchdown run from Jackson Smith to put the Panthers after the extra point up 7-0 in this one. Next drive, mid-second quarter, SLP with a little wrinkle into that slant option offense. It's Mikey Say with a 15-yard jet sweep, leans across the plane and in for the Panthers score 14-0. Minutes later, still second quarter, it is senior Braden Talso with the QB keeper, takes it 7 yards out to make it 21-0 Panthers before the half. Early third quarter, Talso waits, sucks in the defender, pitches it out. Jackson Smith off to the races. Boom, 73 yards for his second big touchdown of the night. It was 28-0 Spring Lake Park. Still third quarter, seconds left. Panthers are not done. Kayshawn Green slips in from 6 yards out. As the kids like to say, 35 rip. Spring Lake Park at this point in the contest, all Panthers. Late third quarter, Talso makes one man miss with a spin cycle and he's gone. This time 53 yards to the house for the senior QB. 42-0 is the lead for Spring Lake Park at this point. 7:28 left to go, fourth quarter. Second team defense on the field. A little nugget at the end of the game for Jesse Hawkins, a 1-yard touchdown run to get the Titans on the board. Second team defense is on the field. What's this guy still doing in the game? Talso busts out a run on the very next play, 70 yards all the way to the house, 49-7. Spring Lake Park on Talso's third of the season, his fourth game with 3 touchdowns this year. What an effort from Spring Lake Park. Talso and Jackson Smith each crossed the century mark. An offense that was averaging 275 on the ground per game, 5th best in 5A football. They gash the Titans for a season high 486 to go to 5-2 on the season. Great run for Spring Lake Park right now. They're 2-0 in conference. They're going to have an all-important matchup on the road at Robbinsdale. Armstrong coming up, who were just handed their first loss of the season last week on Friday. Centennial and Blaine now 5-2, 3-4 respectively. They have a couple of big matchups with opponents in their own section coming up next as we take a look at the upcoming schedules. Bengals are at Osseo. Probably Blaine needs to win that game to secure a home playoff game as they sit 3-4. Osseo, one of 3 teams in the same section with an identical record. Centennial are going to be at Woodbury in a game that could decide the 2 seed behind Stillwater in Section 4. And then you got Spring Lake Park looking for that first round bye. They can finish with a top 2 seed in their section as well, too.
Ooh, it's getting really, really intense and especially excited. The postseason is nearing really quickly.
Yeah, we have some great high school football coming up, but how about a little Pee-wee football? The Future Stars coming up on North Metro TV. We have the North Metro Youth Football League over the weekend.
Second grade Centennial Chiefs versus Bengals Navy. First half, Navy inches away. Vinny Porter gets the edge and scores. You can't coach that, can you, Billy? That's the Porter house. Last play of the game, Chiefs down 6. They gotta have it. They get it. Everett Prosser behind the push from the O-line. It's tied. Point after for the win. Handoff to Tate Berger, and he's in. Game, set, match, burger, fries, shake. Chiefs champs, 27-26. Third grade. Blaine Vikings versus Spring Lake Park Panther Blue. Cohen Vogel puts the Vikings up 12-0 in the first half. Second half, SLP Panthers Blue battle back. Isaac Thomas, 15 regular season touchdowns, and he would not be denied on this run. Panthers win 14-12. Champs go blue. Fourth grade, battle for Blaine. Bearcats and Bengals, beware. B. Yorkland to Colt Sazin, who cuts and jigs and leaves them in the dust for a 60-yard score. That was the first play of the game. They never looked back. 39-7 Bearcats, the big win. Fifth grade, battle for Blaine. Bengals, Bulldogs. Cade Grant, frozen rope to JT Sieg. JT stands for just touchdowns. 38-yard strike. This one is all Bengals. 23-0 Bengals, fifth grade champs. Sixth grade, Chiefs and Gladiators, Centennial Blaine. Chiefs won early in the year. Gladiators looking for revenge. Camden Winsek, he's ready for the Coliseum. He wheels, he stiff arms through the leg tackle, and then the shake and bake, and I helped. 52-yard score for Camden, but he's not Cam done. Cougars down 12 in the fourth. Braden Hartman to Everett Dickerman, 12-yard touchdown. It's 34-30. It's a ball game. but it's the baller, Winsett, again, this time a 42-yard score, his 4th touchdown on the day. 40-30, the final score. Gladiators win. 6th grade champions. Congratulations to all the kids.
Oh man, that was great. Future stars, like you said, Matt, and shout out Kenton Kipp for the highlights. Well, we transition now to some section playoff action on the pitch. Starting us off, it's a battle between the 2 seed and the 3 seed in the second round of the 5-3A girls soccer bracket. Spring Lake Park won its first round matchup against Irondale 7-0. Champlin Park beat Osseo 4-1. This is a highly competitive matchup, scoreless after 1 half of play. In the second, Panthers strike first. Jonette Nagby works around the Patriots defense for a shot from the left side. Rebound is loose. Piper Jerome Beck there for the tap-in. A 1-0 lead for SLP in a game where goals are hard to come by. Patriots working to tie it. Paige Kalal unleashes a shot from deep. Ball blows past the goalkeeper. All knotted up at 1, and we head to overtime. It's senior Kalal again, long range shot, finds the corner pocket, and it's Champlin Park who advances in the tournament, while SLP ends the year with a 10-6-2 record, completely flipping their record from last year. A lot to be proud of for SLP. In all of Class 3A, it's 1 seeds who advance for girls soccer. Mounds View and Champlin Park battling it out for a trip to the state tournament Tuesday at 7.
Yeah, a lot of 1 seeds that we're seeing in the section finals. You mentioned, Mary, in all 8 sections, in fact, in Class 3A. Centennial, a program who are used to being a 1 seed as we move on to Section 7. They're the 3 coming in on a little bit of a down year for the Cougars, a powerhouse program taking on 6 seed Cambridge-Isanti on Tuesday night. This would be the Cougar team who have played in 3 of the last 5 state championship games. They are used to being the representative out of this Section 7 in girls Class 3A. Junior Marissa Frost, how about this? Turns into space and finishes top corner beautifully to pick up goal number 1 and put the Cougs up early in this one. Cutting inside and finishing off her second. It was Frost again, and the Cougars leading it 2-0 in this game. Frost shaken away. This is her second goal of the night, and she bags it. It will be all Centennial in this game. Sophomore Addie Wittenberg would finish with an impressive goal here in the cross from Kate Hamsky. Ends up being a final score in this one for the Cougars, 7-0 with the shutout win in the quarterfinal victory.
How do the goals today impact the success of the team?
The goals were very good, well-connected passes up to scoring and getting good assists.
Yeah, I think the team had a good build-up, and the goals were pretty goals. They weren't coincidences.
Now with 2 goals and a hat trick, did you have a certain song you listened to in your pregame to get you ready?
I listened to Jimmy Cooks by Drake.
Yeah, me too. We listened to it in the locker room.
And after your goals were scored, what was the mindset heading into the rest of the match?
Got on to the next, go score more, get some assists.
Yeah, go score more, defend the net. Got to get ready for Andover.
All right, so on to the semis for Centennial. A rematch of a 1-0 win at Andover back on September the 19th. It is the matchup of 3 versus the 2 seed to go to the section final. How about this? Addie Van Zee with the acrobatic finish for the flick in to put Centennial up 1-0 in the game. It would be Skylar Jorgensen coming up here with the delivery for Andover. Look at that, to get it across the body with a defender right on. And then Addie Dobratz, the freshman, finishes it off to tie it up at 1-1. This went to a penalty shootout after 2 scoreless overtime periods. Marissa Frost slots it home as the winner for Centennial, who are on to the Section 7 3A final.
We'll see who they play on the other side of the Section 7 3A girls and boys soccer brackets. The Blaine Bengals showing up and showing out. we have Centennial Andover on the screen.
Ends up being, in the boys' side of the matchup here, Andover steals the early goal here in this one as the Huskies facing off against the Cougars here in the Section 7 action on the boys' side. Still Andover, who got that victory over Centennial earlier in the regular season. They bagged their second to go up and end up taking down the Centennial boys by the final of 4-1 in that one.
Now for some Section 7 3A action, beginning with the powerhouse top-seeded Bengals girls program who faces 8th seed Coon Rapids in the opening round. Bit of congestion in front of the Cardinals net. Blaine Jr. Hannah Clausen fires a shot to the near post. Bengals take the lead. Later, nice passing from the Bengals on the inbounds. Devin Torgerson sends a high ball into the box. Senior Avery Soley finishes for another Blaine goal. Bengals pushing downfield. Abby Newby cross to Abby Stadden. The freshman powers it upper 90. Bengals running away with it. Here's the through ball to Newby, the junior, with a gorgeous shot to the low corner from right in front. Newby, the catalyst of the Blaine offense in the first round matchup here, shaking off the Cardinals defense. She hooks up with Haley Hughes, and Hughes places it in the perfect spot. Blaine wins big 9-0. 10th shutout of the year for Madison Way. We'll see if they can do it again. Next round, the Bengals collide with 4-seed Duluth East in the 7 3A semifinals. Scoreless ball game halfway through the opening quarter. Kendall Stadden with the penalty kick opportunity. Stadden. She goes, and she'll bury it for the 1-0 advantage. Stadden, the future Golden Gopher. Some nice footwork early in the second half. Patient for a shot through traffic, and she knocks it in. Huge 2-0 lead for Blaine. And that's all the Bengals would need. 2 from Stadden to advance to the section title game against Centennial.
Stadden scoring 2 goals in today's semifinal, punching your team to that section final on Tuesday. Kendall, how proud are you of this moment?
I'm super proud of this team. We've worked this whole year just to get to this moment, and we said we started a new season as soon as section starts, and it's kicking off just as good as the first one.
And of course, we got to talk about the temperatures dipping lately, getting pretty cold. How brutal was that to punch through this and kind of suffer that cold spell, or did you warm up throughout this game?
I like the cold more than the heat, so I have fun in the cold. I think it's fun to have the jackets. I mean, I think that's why I'm staying in Minnesota. So yeah, I like the cold. I think it's fun to get hard shots off and just things like that, take advantage of it.
That's awesome. And also for you, getting to play out with this team, it's your senior year. You're with your sister this season. How has that been?
Super fun. It's nice to have time with just family before obviously college, but I've been looking forward to this moment since I got on the team my freshman year. I knew she had a chance to make it, and she proved that she could get on this team, and she's scoring goals and getting assists, and I'm super proud of her.
But for you to step up, of course, you've had numerous PKs in your career, but today when that game was still 0-0, how do you get through that pressure to just net it?
The pressure, it's good pressure. I like pressure. I do a lot of things and put myself in situations where I'm in pressure. So the team was super fired up. Our warm-up was incredible. Same thing with our game on Tuesday, and I hope we can just carry that same energy into next Tuesday as well.
Yeah, so as you head into that finals to push to state, what do you guys need to do? How do you get this done to get to celebrate with your team?
Same thing we've been doing. I think we have a really special team. It's one of the best teams I've been a part of here at Blaine, and I think that we just need to take advantage of all the opportunities we get next game, and if we get the chance to go, I don't think we're going to take it for granted.
Well, Kendall, thanks for talking with us. Congrats to your team, and good luck on Tuesday. Way to go.
Thank you so much.
Now we shift the action over to the boys 7 3A bracket. The 2-seeded Blaine Bengals get 7th-seeded Forest Lake to open up the tourney. Second half, Zach Newby, long pass up to Ryan Bowman, keeper far off the line, and Bowman takes advantage. Bengals lead 1-0. In the 50th minute, Blaine sophomore Marius Kita is everywhere. Kita freezes the defense and moves around the keeper for a goal. Kita not done just yet. Blaine, corner kick. They'll go in and deflect to Zachariah Sherian. Sherian's shot hits the post, but right place, right time. Kita there for the goal. It's 3-0 for the Bengals. Blaine would find the back of the net once more to advance in the tournament with the 4-1 win over Forest Lake. A valiant effort. Here's Kita with his performance.
I think we game went pretty well. You know, the first half was a bit questionable, but we really picked it up second half and started from the beginning with a nice Bowman goal.
What put you on edge over the other team?
I mean, we all played together in the second half, put 4 in the back of the net. I think it's just a team effort, team win.
What do you think the team needs to improve on?
Just overall being able to get win it out of the air and being able to play it around each other, and I think that'd help a lot.
So next, it's 3 seed Duluth East, who advanced to the semifinal with a 5-0 shutout over Coon Rapids. First half, it's all Duluth East. Blaine struggles to clear it. Beauty of a cross to senior Dane Patton. Greyhounds are in front, 1-0. The first half clock is winding down. Greyhounds with the penalty kick. It's in. Senior Grady Downs extends the Greyhounds lead to 2. Second half, it's do or die time for Blaine. Zach Triplett centers it to junior Ivan Twinoe. Goal cuts the deficit in half for Blaine. Zachariah Sherian now on the free kick. It would go into the net untouched. What a way to tie up this ball game. Blaine with all the momentum in the second half. We'd need overtime to settle this title game clincher in the 99th minute. Triplett on the rebound. Second attempt, and it's in. The junior nets the game winner to send Blaine to the section championship, where they'll meet Andover. Andover edged Blaine 2-1 in overtime in the regular season. And it's Twinoe with a goal, Triplett with a goal. And it's interesting, Matt, how this game was. The first half, it's all one team. The next half, it's the other. And luckily for Blaine, they came out and played strong when it mattered most.
Yeah, great for them. Great fight for them to come down from 2 goals to none. And kind of a typical Barry Aerosmith team. They've got 9 different guys that have got 3 or more goals this year. So you see that with 3 different goal scorers. Blaine overcomes that deficit, and they will play at the top seed Andover 2-1 on Tuesday night. Andover beat Blaine in that first matchup back on September the 6th, 2-1. Bengals on to the section final. Meantime, the girls' side in Section 7 3A on North Metro TV. We got it tomorrow night. I'll be on the call with that one. And Bill Hupp, top 2 seeds in the section. Blaine against Centennial in a really intriguing rematch of a 2-0 win for the Bengals back in 8/31 when Kendall Stadden had a 2-goal game. She's had a lot of those this year as well, too. So it should be a fun one.
I think with the great girls soccer that has happened in this area that we've seen all season long, that postseason matchup in the section title game is what we've all been eager to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And while Blaine soccer are prepping for 2 big section finals coming up on the pitch, the Blaine volleyball team are trying to get into speed, get into rhythm going into the section play coming up in still a couple of weeks, and a really good test for Blaine as they hosted 8th-ranked Rogers last Tuesday at home. Blaine came into this matchup 12-11 on the season. Rogers with a kill down from Taylor Dawson took an 8-5 lead early in the first set. Still opening frame, Kenzie Aber in system. What can Brown do for you? Clara Brown with a kill, and the Bengals trailed by just 1. Still first set, 2017 Blaine now. It is Shella Garis who hits it through from the left-hand side, and Blaine are up by 4 on the 8th-ranked team in the state. Set point Bengals is the Royals getting it churning on the line. Aber sets, Brown sends it down, and it is set point, and the Bengals go up 1-0 on 8th-ranked Rogers, who had won 21 of their last 23 coming into the match. How about Chaya Yang slamming down an ace serve? Rogers were then up 7-4 at that point. Rogers in control 19-12, still second set, but it was sent in too strong. And so this ended up being set point here later on for Rogers. It is slammed down by Hannah Bruskowitz down the middle to end set 2, and we are tied up. Competitive third set. Bengals were up by 2. Anya Schmidt with a back row attack too deep, and the Bengals are 3 away from going up 2-1. Royals going a 5-0 run to be set point for the Royals. Great dig from Dawson, a block from Bruskowitz. Ends it for Rogers. They get that big momentum swing and take the third set. It was all Rogers in the fourth. Dawson finishing it off from the left side as Rogers ends up taking the last 3 in the match and winning it over Blaine 3-1. Anya Schmidt, terrific player for the Royals, 17 kills. She had 5 aces to push her into triple digits on the season, who was the lone underclassman representative on the All-State team in the state of Minnesota last year. Rogers are now 25-4. They have lost just 2 best-of-5 matches all year. It was their 3rd time winning after coming back from a 1-0 deficit. So really good fight by Blaine, but they come up just short against the 8th-ranked team in the state in a fun one Tuesday night.
No doubt that set 3 come from behind win for Rogers. That had me on the edge of my seat right now. And you'll be on the call tomorrow for the girls soccer Blaine Centennial game. Any thoughts heading into the matchup that our viewers might be curious about?
Yeah, I just think, Centennial are traditionally the powerhouse in the section, right? They've been in the state championship game 3 of the last 5. That has to count for something. So I like this as a very close matchup, even though Blaine won 2-0 last time. But then, Kendall Stadden, you can't look away. She's got the star power, future Gopher. She had 2 goals in the last matchup, and her coach has talked a lot about how she has a knack for scoring in the big games. So should be a fun one tomorrow.
Can't wait. I'm excited. I'll definitely tune in with you and Bill. Always an exciting call.
That's going to do it here for us on this episode of the Sports Den. From myself, Matt Dean, and from Mary as well, too. Thanks so much for tuning in. We got another big week coming up down the stretch in the high school sports season.